Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 6 days in a row Bops cast. And tonight, oh boy, is Bops excited because we have the team of the Torn so far. MMR is just a number, looking hot and spicy with Emperor Zhao Miao, TN, and Cena. Muscle ripping up with him and a new stand-in every single game versus probably the other scariest team in this tournament, a team with Africa, Ronaldo, Ari, Dean, Pee-wee, and Rain. These are two absolute powerhouses of the Australian scene, and I am very excited to see them butt head and to watch them slam into each other relentlessly for the next 2 hours for your viewing pleasure. With me is the one, the only Ilstaya. Ilstaya, do you want to say hi?
Hello.
There he is, Ilstaya, coming down to have some fun. And Ilstaya, I'm sure you're very, very excited, just like I am for this one. But before we get into it, thank you for all the follows before the stream, if there were any. Thank you for coming on by. I can see there's a bunch of you already in chat. I see Jubei, I see Shoyu, I see Garrick, I see Ilstaya, I see Killer Ari, all of you. G in there as well. I missed my G. Thank you for coming by. As more of you filter in, I'm sure I'll thank you again and again and again throughout the night. But I love you all. Thank you for turning up. Lurkers, chatters, yappers, I don't care. I love you all. So, Ilstaya, draft is moving super quick. It looks like MMR is just a number had a plan, and they're just going for it. What do you think of these bans and picks so far?
Nothing out of the ordinary for me. We see, excuse me, SK banned out. Rain plays that a lot. SF, very popular. Shadow Demon, also popular. Grizzleback Flex, also popular. Morphling, more of a hero, like player hero.
Try to say that it's more players. Yeah. It's more a player hero rather than necessarily in the meta. That's not to say that it hasn't been in the meta a little bit, but again, even in the pro scene, it's like, does this pro player smash it on Morphling, right?
Yeah, some players definitely like prefer playing Morphling a lot more than others, and are more comfortable on it. Interesting that they begging for a PegN ban out the NS.
What are they cooking? Puck, maybe? I know Africa loves a mid puck. It's one of his favorites.
I mean, yeah, possibly. Of course, like, yeah, NS is very strong versus Puck, so it wouldn't surprise me. Puck is also very popular and strong. As for the opening picks, though, Tuscan Clock, there's not a whole lot to say. They're both very strong supports at the moment. They both offer a lot of utility. They don't really say anything about the draft either.
Okay, well, hopefully we do see some Puck in our chat. Any representation for the autistic is good. So we'd love to see that in here so as soon as possible. We see the Weaver banned out. Clockwork and Tusk, like you said, both great openers. Keen to see what it is that slaps out next, though, because I think the next pick is going to really reveal quite a lot. The Weaver getting banned out is a bit spicy. Maybe they watched TN's menacing little Weaver game we played the other day. Does TN play a lot of Weaver?
Radiant must choose.
I'm not sure what TN plays POS 1, because he's normally playing POS 2, but he did have a good showing on it the other day. It's also one of the still kind of popular carry heroes at the moment, when those other sort of more popular ones get taken out. And if you're not planning on drafting a lot of Lockdown, it's always nice to just get rid of it, because it can be an absolute pain.
I hate Weaver, in support form and in core form. I want nothing to do with it, so glad to see it banned out of my game. Lion, this is another hero we just keep seeing picked up again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It must just be like the pro scene are picking it every now and then, but in the Australian scene there is some value on this hero, and it is being worth. It just seems to be worth more and more and more every single game we see it.
5 seconds.
Yeah, Lion to me is one of those heroes that is kind of in the same camp as Ogre, Magi, or
Dyer's turn to
in terms of like they're not bad, but maybe they're not the best. And then sometimes people start picking them and going, oh, actually this hero is pretty good, and then they pick it more and more because they realize that the heroes weren't ever bad. They maybe just weren't as oppressive as the S tier picks, but they're still always like, they've got good lockdown. I mean, Lion has more lockdown. Mana drain is very nice for your team and against, some heroes that are really dependent on mana, and of course Finger. Such a nice nuke, and having a lot of burst magic damage in the early game is very, very key lately, it seems.
Okay. Yeah, it's the mix, right? The mix at the moment. Bit of physical, bit of magical. Shake it up. Put the pain onto these nerds as they're trying to farm in lane, and that's what Lion does. He brings both. Brings the magical if they bring the physical. Razor, love this hero. Don't think it ever really fell out of the meta. I think the meta slightly shifted. Hero seems to be still very, very, very strong. So keen to see how it performs in this game. I know you're a big Razor hater, but I love Razor. Ever since they gave him the Daniel Day-Lewis voice line from Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood. This hero has shot to the top of my favorites. So, and if you haven't seen There Will Be Blood, go watch it. In chat, Taco, turn it up. Good to see you, Taco. I see Wykelid, turn it up. Nova Gramps himself. Gramps not spamming Nova Gramps, instead spamming Jojo Earth Spirit. And that Jojo Earth Spirit pose is one of my favorite little emojis. But where are my Nova Gramps for the Gramps Master himself? Okay, so as a return to the Razor, we see the Mars. This is quite good. You can break the leash with the spear. You can keep him out or inside a fight with the arena. I really quite like Mars into Razor. What do you think?
If they're lighting into each other, it's not fantastic, but it's not terrible. You can spear him away. It also makes sense that they banned out Weaver when they're picking up Razor. So is this going to be a pos 1 Razor possibly? Because that matchup for Razor is not fantastic. Weaver just always breaks your link and, doesn't really care.
Kills you from further than you can kill him. Further away from...
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, and then the Mars, it's just a good hero. It's not S tier, and that's why it doesn't get banned out most of the time. It pretty much always fits into any draft, really, and it seems like a lot of people are comfortable playing it as well. Like, it's nothing... You don't have to have some really different way of playing Dota.
It's a lot like Kunkka, or even DK, in that, like, fundamentally the hero is super, super, super easy to execute on, but it has an incredibly high skill ceiling, Mars. And the better you are at the hero, the more cheeky stuff you can get away with that other people might not. So while anyone could pick up Mars, land a spear into arena, or get a good rebuke for the slow, the real good Mars players can do really cheeky stuff like pushing people up onto ledges, pinning them to the right position so they get cliffed essentially, cheeky little slows, wild initiations. They know which spells they can interrupt with a rebuke, like, can I interrupt a techie's suicide? Well, if you play Mars a lot, you know that you can. Blast off, sorry. So yeah, there's a real high skill ceiling to the Mars, and I love watching a good Mars player cook. But like you said,
we won't be seeing that this game.
Fits into pretty much any draft. And there he is, Puck. Greetings! Coming out from the Autistic Fairy. We'll see him rip up this game. Puck is a very scary hero in this particular meta. Not only that, Africa's pretty scary on the hero himself. So, good little Puck game. It's the Lion and the Puck are sort of a bit of a Damocles sword. They give and take from each other. Puck gets out of position, he gets insta-hexed. Lion gets out of position, he gets insta-silenced. So they can really catch each other off guard, but there is the save coming out from the Tusk, so keen to see how the Puck performs. I reckon that's Yu Xiao Miao on the Muerta, though. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've seen Yu Xiao Miao play this Muerta a couple of times, I think. He plays it very well. I'm a little bit surprised that MMR just another didn't ban Puck, because as you said, like when the NS got banned out, Africa is a Puck player, so that does kind of indicate possibly Puck. They do have the line and the Mars Spear, which is not as strong, but as long as this line can get like a blink at a somewhat human time, he can lock down the Puck for his team and they can easily kill the Puck. But if this Puck snowballs early, it's going to be impossible to catch. It's going to kill the line in like 2 seconds. There is a little bit of I'm
thinking about the Muerta silence. Is that what you're looking at? Like the Muerta silence?
Yeah, like stuff? It's not the most reliable, but good players can probably fit into a silence.
Even then, right? Like if Puck pucks out, can you drop the calling underneath his Puck out to silence him?
Well, the Revenant would still have to hit him to silence him.
Okay.
So you'd have to time it. I don't. It definitely can work, but it's not. I wouldn't be relying on that.
Okay.
But like a Lion Stun or Hex into it is probably decently reliable. So they do have ways of dealing with the puck. The question is if this is a Yusha Miao Muerta, is it going to be played from pos 2, or are they going to swap up the lanes and Tien goes mid and Yusha Miao goes pos 1 Muerta?
Or Tusk mid, Muerta support. We've seen a whole bunch of Muerta support. So
we have, but
we haven't seen a whole lot of Tusk mid though. But I want it! Come on, give me the mid. Give me the mid Tusk, give me the mid Lion. But I also would love to see either Tien or Xiao Miao himself play the Muerta. Meanwhile, on the other side, we probably see, Dean on the Hoodwink. Probably see Pee-wee on the clock. Razor, we don't know if it's 3 or 1 yet. We do now. It's 1. So that'll be Ronaldo on the Razor, and Axe will be Rain, right? Rainzer.
Yeah,
Rainzer?
I would assume so. Muerta doesn't love getting linked. She can fear the Razor away, but in the sort of early-ish to mid-game, if the Razor has a BKB and she's got a pike but she's already used it or something, the Razor might just get on top of her and take all of her damage away. So I wouldn't say it's a crazy good matchup. It's okay. But they still have a final pick, and I kind of... What would be good here?
Well, it depends on whether they run the Muerta mid or Muerta 1. I don't like Muerta 1. I don't mind it mid, but you know what? We won't even get time to discuss it because they pick up a TA, and I wonder if that's going to be a TN TA. It is. Ooh, that is a very good pick in this game. Not a whole lot to get through those shields very quickly, so right clicks will not be dealing with her. We'll have to see if the lockdown will be enough to smite her. I like that pick, Ilstaya. I really like that pick. Also,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, you go.
I think they will. I think TA will be going mid versus the puck because that's a pretty classic matchup. So it probably is going to be Muerta 1.
Xiao Miao's position normally is 1. He does play 2, and he's incredible at it. But Emperor Miao likes the pos 1, so I'll be interested to see if they do put him as a pos 1. See him rip up, see if he can look better than Tien. Fresh blood on the block.
I don't like Muerta mid, so I hope it's a Muerta 1. If it is like a mid Muerta into puck, I don't really know how that lane's going to go. I think it should be pretty much a wash.
I think Muerta wins it. She's just going to right-click him down. Like, he pucks out, but then she shoots him with 2 guns, does a whole bunch of damage to him. I think she's slowly going to work. I don't know. I'm just guessing, by the way. There's no knowledge. This is raw.
I think it's like the puck probably has an opportunity to kill the Muerta, but the Muerta I don't think should be able to kill the puck unless they make a mistake.
Well, let's wait.
I just think in general.
Let's wait and see, because I'm keen to see how it all shakes out in this round robin of D2LA Season 1. Begging for a PegN versus MMR is just a number. And this time, MMR is just a number of elected to go with Radiant. So, let's introduce the players. We have Killer Ari on the Lion, Xiao Miao, that's Yu Xiao Miao, on Muerta, Tien, Bordy on Templar Assassin, Mercil on Tusk, and Connor himself on Mars for Team Dire. And I'll get this through this quick because they're about to connect. Begging for a PegN have Africa on the Park, Ari on the Razor, Illidan on the Hoodwink, Pee-wee on the Clockwork, and Rain on the Axe, and out comes the stun onto Rain. Straight away, the Rebuke puts a whole bunch of damage out. Mercil trying to keep them away from Killer Ari. Killer Ari getting very, very low, backing on out into those trees, but Mercil's been left behind, and they're trying to click him down. He's getting pretty low at this point. Cena stepping on in to try and get Pee-wee away, but Africa making the play on the back lines actually manages to burst the line. The line's already dead. They may be wiping this pos 1 Ari. One more click, and that will do it. Down he goes. Xiao Miao in a whole bunch of trouble. Looks like Pee-wee trying to play forward onto that Muerta. Muerta going down to the orb. Holy, it's an absolute slobber knock on Mercil. Getting very low. Pee-wee turning and trying to put the pain down, but Tien gets the kill. So it's 2-for-2 trade. But they are looking at Mercil. They're hungry. The battle hunger will finish him off. Okay. 5 kills before the belt. Which got first blood there? Was that?
Ari. So it does benefit Dire. They get not a crazy lead over Radiant, but it's not insignificant.
Begins.
Okay, well as this game gets underway, Ilstaya, I might just quickly acknowledge my Twitch chat because I think it's going to get really spicy this game if they're already running at each other like that. So, all you QTs out there in the chat, I adore you. Thank you for coming along and watching tonight. I see Jubei, I see the T.O., Garrick, Berg, Katza has turned up as well. But there is another name in that chat, goes by the name of Anno the Caster. Click on his name, give him a follow. He's going to be casting some of these games as well for this tournament. He's helped me out so I'm not having to cast it's 7 games a night, so click on Anno. He's given me and Ilstaya a break, and also is a Giga Chad caster himself. So anytime you see his stream go live, whether it's this tournament or in another, you can go on down and have some fun. So thank you guys and girls. Make sure you follow Anno. Okay, Ilstaya, where are we going to see the most violence in this game, do you think?
I think top should be the violence lane. There's definitely potential to kill either of Radiant's heroes if they get cogsed and linked up. I'm surprised that they did put the Murta mid because I still think Tia has a very nice time versus a Puck, and Jen's not going to have as great a time versus an Axe. So I'm a little bit surprised. My problem with Murta mid is like, she's not the greatest at making rotations, and she kind of likes to just chill out and farm. But so does TA, so I don't know, it's a waste of calling there.
I see what you're saying though, like, they might hit this point where both Tien and Yusha Miao are trying to farm, and the Axe is just finding them and culling them, right?
Yeah, and it also means she's going to be making the rotations like early. Because Mars isn't a fantastic rotation hero in terms of bringing damage.
Well, mean old Dean down here putting the clicks onto Mercil. Mercil already at half HP. Tien just getting absolutely battle hungered to this entire freaking lane. I was talking about how they didn't have a whole lot to get through her shield. Well, early on, I believe that tick from battle hunger does, doesn't it? No, it doesn't anymore.
No,
Okay.
so with the way it works is you have to burn through each charge. And yeah, Tien's getting bullied, and this is why I think it would have been better for him to just be mid, put the Murta bottom. Murta's got better range, obviously at the start. He has to build up with side blades, so it's just getting bullied, and I think Murta would have done better, but anyway.
Yeah, though I will say this, it looks like, hang on, bit of aggression onto Mercil. Mercil popping the tag team and backing on out. It looks like Tien trying to put the pain down. Dean putting the right clicks onto Tien. Tien playing forward. Rain using the creep to spin once or twice there. He's going to back on out. What I was going to say is it looks like Yu Xiao Miao is not having the worst time into a Puck, so Muerta is doing all right, but I agree with you. I think the Muerta would have been served better bottom and just put the TA against the Puck, because Muerta has a better time against Axe than this TA would, I think. So
yeah, TA is perfectly fine to lane into a Puck, so yeah, a little bit odd that they didn't.
Oh, I'm changing my sound settings, but I heard a death. Where was that? Bottom. Mercil stepping too far forward. Getting picked. Okay.
Yeah. So Lion has gone into the jungle and stacked the triangle for TA, which will definitely be good. They don't really have anyone that can steal stacks on Dire apart from that Axe, but he's probably not going to be able to make that rotation early, even if they do know.
Oh, Bushwhack catches Tien. He actually has to put his refraction up, and that Acorn getting him very low. Is the Battle Hunger going to be enough to burst him? That's the question. Trying to get out of XP range. He does have a wand. Okay.
Yeah,
but
tough,
has to be careful. Cena spamming my favorite voice line, which means he wants my attention. Bit of aggression onto Pee-wee. Keeping him inside the cogs, and it looks like Ari trying to play forward. There's the spear, breaking the tether, just like we said it would. Can't walk the dog. If the dog is pushing you away, looks like Killer Ari walking underneath the tower. Lives to see another day. Cena's going to play forward and put some aggression onto Ari. Hang on, a stun. But that's actually going to cost them the life of the Lion. Cena not too fussed because he takes the kill onto Razor. Will lose his life here, though. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, considering that Mars and Lion were the ones getting aggressed upon, turning it and killing the enemy core, even though they both do die, is kind of okay. Clock is now level 4, though, to the Lion's 2.
I mean, that's the same level as TN. Tag team coming out in the bottom lane. It looks like Dean has stayed too long. Down he goes. Rain on the sidelines. Popping his Berserker's Call. Was that some sick Psyblade dodge? He was trying to get some armor for Psyblade?
I'm not sure. I was watching top.
I think that might have been Rain just gaming out of his mind, to be honest.
I mean, just getting the extra armor. I like this lion that has boots and a windlace instead of a wand. Especially against a clock. I've seen so many players lane into a clock as like some slow support hero that's like quite squishy, and they go for like a wand. And they just get feasted upon. So definitely approve.
Okay, they, with the ward, have seen that Tusk is not here, so they're playing forward onto Tien. Tien trying to get back underneath his tower, but the call comes out from Rain, and now Tien in a whole bunch of trouble. They actually turn to put some pain onto Illidan. Illidan trying to get it out of there. The snowball save might be enough to keep him alive. They've got him on top of the rat, and the rat goes down. Down goes Dean. Holy, sick play coming out from Mercil. Getting Tien away from that axe. That was quite lovely. Nice cheeky little one.
Mercil got that kind of the nick of time.
Now, there's two fights going on right now. It looks like they're actually going to put Rain down. Rain taking a whole bunch of pain, and down he goes. Xiao Miao in the mid lane with the pain onto that Clockwork. Clockwork getting very low. No, can't quite secure the kill onto the Clockwork. Almost had Africa and Pee-wee, but not this time.
Yeah, that was super close.
Yeah, they need to shut down Emperor Meow. He was 35 and 13 to the Pucks 31 and 2.
Yeah, he's CSing really well. I mean, that is one benefit of Moitian or 1v1. She can CS fantastically. She's got a good animation, good base damage. Doesn't have to TP, she comes right back to mid with a friender. But probably still annoyed that he popped Pierce the Veil and didn't get a kill. Even though they both came super low. But yeah, killing bottom, both of them, after they were actually going on Tien. Mercil got there just in time. Killed the Hoodwink, and then actually killed the Axe too, so super for Tien's early acceleration. He also actually has 13 dies, which is quite a lot.
Do you think that Cedar knows that the Spear of Mars, has to hit the hero to do damage?
Probably not. Knowing Cena.
I'm just joking. Just so you guys know, I love Cena very much. He's one of my favorite people in all of Dota. So I'm just throwing some shade at him. So when he comes back and watches the VOD, he goes, "Oh, Bops." That's how he sounds too, by the way. Am I wrong, Yulstaya?
No, you're pretty much right there. He's got a lot out of this lane.
He's killing it.
And I don't think he really should have.
No way, not into a Razor. Like, the Razor shouldn't be able to kill him because he can just break the tether, but the Razor should be outlasting him for sure, from what I understand. I know that Mars does have a pretty good base attack time, but he should be getting a bit more zoned by Pee-wee. Pee-wee is level 6, pops the hook shot straight onto Cena. Cena trying to find a way out of this situation, but just gets bounced back and forth like a ping ball. He's already dead, and it looks like Ari now playing forward onto Killer Ari. Killer Ari trying to die behind the trees, but he's getting walked on down, and down he goes. Looks like Africa rotating into the bottom lane, and they actually managed to kill Tien. They've killed the Tusk as well, so Mercil and Tien going down. Dean trying to get away from Emperor Meow. Emperor Meow trying to find vision on the rat to get the last click, and it looks like the rest of the team is electing to finally go forward onto Jiao Miao. Jiao Miao gets the dead shot straight through an ally and into the rat. So he catches what he wants, but Rain puts him back in his fountain with a big old dunk.
Nice juking from Dean there. I think he might have actually got in range of the TA trap, but it would have been very close. So maybe if Tien popped it, he just dies, or Yu Miao gets the vision in time to flick him. But yeah. Tien and Mutter both dying, not great for Radiant. And also Cena dying top. This clock, because he got that solo XP when the Razor died, he hit 6 super fast. And it's a hero that can threaten, and they're threatening Cena right now.
And threaten they shall. Cena might be in a little bit of trouble here. They're playing forward onto him. He likes to pop the ult to try and keep that Razor off of him, but Razor's probably not going to be needed to kill him when Pee-wee is as high a level as he is. And down goes the Mars. All of a sudden, the Razor taking the lead in last hits, and I imagine the lead net worth. Holy, Ari completely freaking stacked up here. 5,100 gold.
Yeah, he's having a good lane. I mean, Cena still got a decent amount out of the lane. It's these last 2 deaths in the last sort of minute that have set him kind of a little bit behind, but it's also because this clock is just such a high level early, and the fact that people go back for battery assault, like maxing it over cogs again, means you can definitely threaten a lot of heroes early, and in fact they're going on Connor again.
Connor being dove under his tower once again. Killer Ari is here this time, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop this Mars from going down. He's just porting in and getting butchered again and again and again. Killer Ari feeding the Razor another kill. Razor getting slowed by Tian. Tian wants it. Out comes the snowball. Try and keep him in position a little bit longer, and he will be slowed and punished for his aggression. So while they do take Connor, put the pain onto him once again, looks like Tian actually takes a bit of gold for himself, which I think he needed. So... But Rain
yeah,
Africa
they had to respond to the aggression. Like, you can't just let the POS 1 and the POS 5 dive your tier 1 and kill your POS 3 for free. They are losing their bottom tower for this though, so they get Ari, but they do sacrifice the tier 1. Axe has got Blade Mail, 1400 gold working on his blink. Should be a pretty good timing.
Yeah, he was dealing with a few stacks earlier, so... But we see this pretty much every game we cast Rain. Man screams at his support to make sure there are stacks there, and the man goes and takes his stacks, and then he is giga stacked, which is what we're seeing right here. 600 gold from a Blink at 11 minutes. He's going to have Blink Blade Mail by 13, I reckon, which is a pretty impressive performance for an Axe. This Radiant Observer in the Dire Triangle has been here for a couple of minutes, and it's only just about to get dewatered now by Dean. So honestly, it did its job. It's been there for a couple of minutes. And Tian is farming their triangle. There's quite a few stacks. Will also help the line get a bit of XP. Should probably get level 6 from the stack XP. I think so. Which will be good. They might be able to surprise Puck or someone. Pee-wee Flare, and because he has the vision, he's actually thinking about playing forward. Doesn't know that Killer Ari is right there, just because the nature of where that ward was placed. So Pee-wee popping the cogs and getting on out.
Now, he's doing exactly what he should be doing.
They are going to play forward onto Razor. The slow keeps him in position for now. Hang on, was he looking at the other side of the map? Ari in a whole bunch of trouble. Stops moving for just a second, and down he goes. Maybe trying to decide whether or not he wants to run at the lion there, but cost him his life. They actually catch Emperor Meow in mid as well. Yusha Meow going down to a 4-man gank, so they trade that very stacked Razor for Muerta. I think the Muerta kill might be worth more there, just because they're slowing her down, and Razor's already at a point where he's going to start farming pretty quickly. What do you reckon he'll stay?
TA is the... No, I mean, the TA is the POS 1, so... And he also got the last hit.
Well, I think TA might be in a whole bunch of trouble. There's a call coming up from Rain. He's found Tian once again. Looks like Pee-wee forcing him down into the low ground. There's going to be a port in from Mercil. Mercil going to try and get them off his POS 2. His POS 2's put the pain down. Pee-wee getting very low. Okay, Pee-wee going down. But RE comes in and snatches the kill onto Tian. So he has actually got himself another streak. He's running down Emperor Meow. Looks like Jiao Meow in a whole bunch of trouble trying to deny himself to those big scary golems, but the aggression is not on him, it's on the Razor, and he goes down as well. Oh no. Not what you want on Team MMR is just a number, and BegN for a PegN, setting the tempo. Let's go. 4k lead, 10 kills up, another 2600 XP and 1500 gold. Really playing well here on BegN for a PegN.
And I think they're gonna steal the Wisdom Rune too. Yeah, so they're gonna lose it.
Oh, Dean! Making a sick play, drops a double bushwhack and just runs away, uses his ult to jump over the shards. Let's go, Illidean. Oh, I love watching a POS 4 work.
Yeah, that was a cute little play to waste Radiant's time. He lives.
Africa dropping the leash straight onto Meow and Mercil. Meow getting very, very low, and Mercil to follow. They actually managed to kill RE, so... And a nice little save there stops the flare. Here a Mars ult on the sidelines. Looks like Mars has found Rain. Rain is a pretty big kill. Level 11 and very giga-jacked. If he gets anywhere near one of those very low heroes, though, he will be hot dropping the dunk. A couple more clicks will be enough, and down goes Rain. They find him. They put the pain on the axe. That was a pretty needed kill. Hookshot in onto Emperor Meow. Emperor Meow just gonna pop his ult, put the pain down onto Pee-wee. Pee-wee taking the clicks from both Tian and Emperor Meow. Cena jumping forward, maybe miscommunicating, doesn't use the spear. So it looks like that clock is gonna just get away. Why didn't Cena throw the spear there?
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't confident in hitting it. I'm not sure. So what? You know, that first fight, sort of before that one that we watched there, which they did end up getting the Wisdom Rune. Yes, they did. So Dai gets with Wisdom Runes. But then by you know, they stuck around and they ended up feeding 2 important kills, the Razor and the Axe, and I don't think they really needed to be there, so maybe should have reined it in, backed out. They got, you know, they had a really good fight. They got the tier 1. They didn't need to stay. Tien is rich, and he's gonna keep accelerating if he stops just sitting melted in lane.
There is so much gold in this game, Ilstaya. Like 9k on the... Not 9k on the TA, 8.5 on Razor, 7.6, 7.2, 6.7. That is a lot of gold for 15 minutes. Just across both teams. That's crazy.
The supports on Dai are actually quite rich. The Solar already on Clockwork. And even just the levels, he's level 10. Like, he's having such a nice early game.
I mean, Pee-wee's a bit of a god gamer though, so I'm not surprised to see it. If I'm honest, a spear actually pins Pee-wee to the tree. He might have just cursed him. The slow comes out to keep him in position, but there is a port coming in from Dean, and the other 2 heroes on the sideline, Rain in Africa. I felt the Rains down in Africa. They're smoked and looking for an entry. Ooh.
They've got a lot of trap vision.
Dean dropping some vision. Pee-wee throwing a hook shot. Doesn't quite connect. Africa playing forward. Gets the coil, but it only connects onto this Lion. They're just going to burn the Lion. Down goes Killer Ari. Rest of them back on out. A lot of time wasted for both teams.
Considered, Radiant's pretty happy with how that went. They lose their call there. It's definitely not good. I think Tien, I was going to say, will prioritize getting his shard. He actually already has it. It's a very nice verse. I mean, you know, it's a silence, but it's so nice against a Puck. You just catch them unawares, and they die in like 2 hits.
Well, while it's slowing down a little bit, I want to give a quick bit of love to my Twitch chat, because I'm seeing a whole bunch of new names in there. I can see Winter, I can see Igor, Rusty, I can see in there. Little Monkey, do you think it will be pouring today? You know what? I think it probably will be, because Rain is a Giga God. So I reckon we'll see him putting the pain down a little bit later on. I see Meaty Motor in there. I see Jubei Coley. All of my QTs in the chat. Thank you for coming on down, supporting our scene, having some fun with me and Ilstaya. And hang on, Pee-wee in position to get absolutely War's punch. Up he comes. Down he comes. And it looks like they're going to snowball forward onto Illidan. Illidan, a whole bunch of trouble. He pops his ult, but he's causing low ground. Figure comes out. Whoa, that is a dead rat. Down goes the Hoodwink, Ilstaya.
Yeah, 2 nice picks from Radiant there.
Cena, gets taunted, so he isn't able to get his ult up. They get a stun actually onto the Africa up into the air, and down he comes again. They pin Rain to the wall. A whole bunch of pain coming out of Africa. He's already dead, and Rain to follow. Tien and Xiao Miao, Emperor Miao, both doing so much damage. If you stand next to these 2 heroes for 0.5 seconds, you're gonna take 1,500 damage. Let's have a look. 1,500 damage from TA. I was bang on the money, and it looks like Xiao Miao did no damage at all, so I was wrong completely. But still, so much damage coming out from both of these 2 heroes. That was an axe that died in 2 hits.
I do think, if I recall correctly, that can be a bug sometimes when you pop ulti on Werther. It doesn't like shot micro recaps.
There we go.
She was definitely right-clicking people. But yeah. They take Roche very fast. That's super good for them. Obviously, they have a TA, so she does Roche fast. She knows when it's going to be spawning. They get the tier 1. They've got a good momentum right now. They can kind of walk around the map. I would expect them to get these other tier 1s out of the way, and maybe Dire like bottom tier 2 and try and take a Tormentor.
I can't believe how quickly that Puck died. Now I saw that he got hit by the edge of the calling, but I think I saw him maybe like Manta or use a Illurune or something, because he got rid of that silence very quickly. What caught him after that silence? Was it just the Lion going on him? I don't recall.
Could have been the TA shard. I didn't see.
Maybe.
Yeah, they have lots of damage. Like, if Africa does get stunned or silenced, and she's near the TA or Murta, like, the Puck is just going to explode.
Yeah.
1200 HP. Quite weak. Werther actually has a Mage Slayer as well, which
Starting to cook. Rain hiding in the trees, looking for an entry. They do have vision, so they spot the tusk. It looks like Connor just blinking forward and dropping the ult to try and find him in the trees. But now, Ari popping his BKB and turning back towards Mercil. Mercil and a whole bunch of trouble, and I reckon MMR is just another might want to get on out of here. They're playing forward. I'm begging for a PegN, and they've already found the tusk. Hang on, Ari getting low, and down he goes. The trap on the high ground is enough to burst him. Oh, the slows coming out onto Pee-wee. Pee-wee getting hit with the dead shot. Half HP, drops his solar crest to try and stay alive. Cena on the back line trying to keep Rain from re-entering this fight. If Rain can get back in once his blink is off cooldown, he might be able to put a whole bunch of pain onto TN. TN, no, target is Connor. He's trying to put the pain onto Connor instead, putting a big old call out. Connor will be going down, but he pins Rain directly in front of TN. TN finds Africa. Africa jumping to the high ground, but holy, has a fruit, is alive for now and probably will survive. Does he like to go back in onto Killer Ari or Emperor Meow? Not yet. Ooh, dead shot forces him away. Meanwhile, Tian playing forward against these two supports might need to be careful, taking a whole bunch of damage. And Africa thinking about going on to Meow, has the blink, gets away. Lives another day. Tian on the sidelines, bursting Pee-wee. Let's go. These fights are so messy and so exciting at the same time. I just don't know which way they're going to go.
Tian got GoPro as well. I think Ari, instead of going to the right onto the high ground, he should have just backed away into his team because they couldn't really connect back onto him after he went in with his BKB, and then he still, you know, Razor isn't the craziest tanky hero. TA does a lot of damage, and he kind of just died really fast during BKB. And Connor goes in, he kind of dies for his team. He did his job. Doesn't feel great for him, but he secures, what was it, 3 kills? Yeah, and that's the 1, 3, and 5, so definitely worth it to sacrifice your plus 4 and 3.
Yeah, well, Cena has been dying a bit this game, but this is the same Cena we've seen 3 nights in a row, or 2 nights in a row now. Well, yeah, he's dying, but every time he dies, his team mops the enemy team. Just super sacrificial as a position 3, which is better than him being my sacrificial position 1, like he normally is. They catch Yu Xiao Miao in the mid lane.
Like earlier today. Yeah, no, this Muerta is... I mean, she doesn't have BKB, so if she ever gets caught, she's just probably gonna die.
Oh, Cena using the Yules onto Rain. Rain gonna be hit with the spear, and now out comes the Paid from Tien. Bit of a stun coming out from that line as well, and looks like Rain is already dead. Africa going in to try and burst some damage onto that. Oh, silence onto Africa. Africa in a whole bunch of trouble. Hang on, Warriors punch into the air. Do they have the damage they need to finish him? No, he pucks on out. Okay, he lives for now. 1 or 2 more right clicks might be enough to finish him, but no, Illadine throws out the switch whack, and now Mercil pinned to a tree. Has to back away once Tien puts the aggression out. Africa has the Solar Crest, so not taking a whole bunch of damage for now. On the backlines, it looks like Ari going on to Cena. Cena backing on out. Hang on, has Ari mopped half the team? Tien actually on his own, and I wonder if Ari elects to turn back in. Xiao Miao holding back in now himself. Has respawned, so BegN for a PegN might have to be a little bit careful about how they finish this fight. Senior actually escapes there, so...
Yeah, he actually played well and got away there.
You sound so surprised.
I am. I feel like this Muerta should have probably just grabbed a pike, so she doesn't have to get right in the middle of the fight. And also, if she gets aggressed upon it, would help save her from the clockwork. It also means that she can play further away. Maybe the axe can't catch her. Break leash if she gets linked by Razor. But instead, just going for like full hit on basically damage. I think the pike probably would have been better than Mage Slayer.
Call onto Connor. Double battle hunger. Uses the Yules to put himself up in the air, and Ari thinking about playing forward finds him as he's pushed back to the tree by Dean once again. And they don't have a Mars, and without the Mars, I don't think they can take this fight. They know it, and they're going to try and get on out of there. Pee-wee does have hookshot, looking for an entry. Tien will have to be careful. Alright, gets to the high ground, and they'll finally lose their mid tower at 24 minutes in a game with 48 kills in 24 minutes.
Yeah, people are playing for kills, not for buildings. Once Tien gets BKB, he's gonna be very, very tough to deal with. I'm not sure.
Africa looking really good on the puck though. Like, yeah, the BKB from the TA is going to be spicy, but TA is going to, as this game goes on, struggle to kill that puck. And, you know, the one thing that makes a puck not annoying in the game is if the person playing him is trash. Africa, not trash. Looking really, really, really good. So that puck, going to become a pest, I think.
Yeah, if And I would expect after Mars gets BKB, he'll pick up a Scythe, so that will help against the puck. Also, if this line can get a blink, he has a Force, which it is a good Force game. Like, there's Clock, there's a Razor Link, and there's like an Axe.
Oh, Yules onto Rain. Rain gonna be feeling the pain. They pin him back to the tree right in front of Tien, and Tien sends it back to his fountain once again. That's a dead Axe. Their Initiator taken out for now.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw then how quickly he dies when the TA's clicking.
Oh, Glipnir, but it's not gonna matter when there is 6 trillion billion gajillion damage coming out of both a Muerta and a TA. Dean does his best to get away, but just explodes right on our screen.
Kill Ari or...
Oh, Pee-wee caught again. He's inside his own cogs. Hit with the silence. Hit with the Warriors Punch. Hit with the clicks from Tien and Emperor Meow. And down he goes.
Yeah, so Lion has a blink now coming out in his courier. It's about to be delivered. So this puck has to be very scared. Has no defensive items. And
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pee-wee dies, but he's been having a good game. He also has a Halberd.
Ooh, Ari thinking about playing forward onto Cena. Cena, silence already, and they drop the coil for him. Ari has already pressed his BKB. Africa trying to play forward, but Killer Ari in here with the Hex onto the puck. But who's here to follow? Connor gets his ult off just in time. Holy! He manages to skew them. They all suck. No! All dead. Down goes the puck. Down goes the Razor, and Rain left alone in front of Xiao Miao. Xiao Miao taking the kill. And down go 3 heroes. Connor throwing himself away again, but Dean getting a cheeky little snipe on the sideline, showing that he might just be a pretty scary looking core himself, given another 10 or 15 minutes on this hoodwink.
And that was a no vision snipe either. He just correctly predicted where Yushamiya was going. Nice noble save from Mercil there that lets Mars live long enough to get ulti off, and Jin dies in like 2 hits from the TA. Yeah, so the reason why that fight ended up going so good is, I mean, Cena got initiated upon. He almost dies. Mercil comes in, Snowball saves him. Cena comes out, he pops ulti. He does die pretty much straight away after, but he's kind of done his job. And then TA and Much just dump damage into the Mars arena because they only have 1 BKB on Dire. So if people get stuck in there, it's like the only person who can sort of walk out is Razor. And Radiant get Roche because they have TA. This, I mean, looking at net worth, like this TA, excuse me, is just massive. The rest of the other heroes are pretty close in parity, both mids 13k, both offlaners 11 and 10. And even the support net worth has kind of evened out a fair bit. But I'm worried about Dire having to constantly play into Aegis's whenever they're available. And
yeah, Aegis seems pretty strong on Team MMR as just a number. Like, the way you deal with these not necessarily siege tanks, because they're not very thick. I guess you just call them glass cannon heroes, like TA and Muerta. Or like PA, Phantom Assassin, for example, is you jump them and you blow them up. But if they're just getting back up, like, they're just gonna, you've used everything to kill them once and you've got nothing left and they can tend to wipe your team. So I like putting it on Tien more than putting it on Muerta, because Muerta obviously is pretty reliant on her ult. I can't see how Tien puts it to work, Ilstaya.
Yeah, I mean, you do get the Offrender. So like if you die with Aegis, you still get a few seconds of ulti. But definitely put on TA, she can just siege towers like this, like she's doing. They force the fort out, they probably will stay and just keep going, although Tien is half HP.
Looks like.
I mean, Tien's not even got a BKB yet, and he's only died twice, and I think one of those deaths was like in lane. So he's having a pretty free game. Dire are really struggling to shut him down. And
So real quick before this fight breaks out, there is absolutely incredible vision from the Dire team. If you look around the map, and they've actually found Tien. Tien left alone, and they know that Connor is bottom because of the vision they had down in that bottom lane. Tien trying to get it out of there. Africa and Rain playing forward, catch both the axe and the TA. TA down, and can the rest of her team get here? I don't think they can. Will she get the blink away? Let's see if Tien can press his buttons. He can! Mercil absolutely interrupting Pee-wee so Tien can get on out of there. Absolute play of the game. If they kill that Tien, this game gets real scary. He is so fat and chunky. That would have been so much XP. Oh, BegN for a PegN gets so close there, Ilstaya. So close. But Mercil keeping the clock busy.
They're going to be so frustrated that they don't kill the TA there. Like, sure, they got the Aegis, but I don't think that kind of matters, like, at all right now. They kill the Tusk, which is essentially playing... He's essentially playing pos 5 now. He's got his 2 items that he needs, a Blink and a Solar Crest. Luxury will be getting an Ags, which could also be very impactful later, keeping people out of position. Connor, I think this is BKB coming out. Yes, it is. So that's going to be massive for him. He's not having the greatest time, but he's pretty close to the Axe in terms of net worth. I hope he does just go for the Scythe after this BKB. I don't know if he'll go Refresher. I think Scythe into Refresher is usually the go-to. He's going on Pee-wee mid.
Okay, they're trying to chain lock him down. They haven't used the spear just yet. Boar's Punch puts him up in the air. The Solar Crest keeps him alive a lot longer than he should be alive, but they do burst him eventually there.
Yeah, he got the Halberd off on the TA, so... Sorry, not TA, the Muerta, so... They kind of had to wait.
Oh, meanwhile, hold up. Dean getting caught by Tien. Tien actually playing forward onto Rain as well. Rain, silence, pops his BKB and is running a Killer Ari. Gonna get the call off. No, call, miss. Number 4 sub. Sick play coming out from Killer Ari. Finger in return. Tien trying to put the pain out. That's a very thick hero. Does kill him eventually. So they lose 3 there off the back of that Clockwork kill. Ooh,
and that was the first BKB usage from the Axe, so it definitely doesn't feel good. You pop BKB thinking you can try and live with it, but you die. Could have... Actually, he probably could have just TP'd out. Anyway. Oh wait, no, what's that?
Prasmer
I can't remember now.
Prasmer on Africa. AC on Razor. I guess that's just because of the TA, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine item. He can pick it up, it helps his team out, and he doesn't suffer from more attack speed. And yeah, definitely nice verse. Verse a TA with a Deso. And a Silver Edge on the TA as well.
Oh, looking to break that axe, huh?
I'm not sure. I can't think of anything else that he's worried about breaking. I guess like Razor passive, but I don't think you care too much about that. I'm not sure. What I wanted to say is Africa, he's 6'2" and 12. I feel like the Parasma may not have been the go. I know it feels really good on Puck, but I think he just needs to be offering more control for his team.
Oh, look at that graph. Holy. It's just back and forth, but slowly moving towards MMR. It's just a number. I didn't realize how substantial the lead was for Team BegN for a PegN early on.
It was only like 6k, or no, 5k, so not that much of a lead. I think poor Pee-wee is feeling the problem on the clock where you've had your time in the light early, you can really have a lot of impact, and now you're kind of hitting that wall where you're kind of just a cogs and hookshot bot. Yeah, you're not really able to threaten anyone. He does have some good utility for his team, the Solar and the Halberd, and working on the Lotus. But he's probably feeling a little bit aimless because they don't really.
Oh, Cena catching the rat, but actually gets the spear off onto 2 because he's an absolute god gamer. The Razor has come to play and puts his BKB, and the rest of them are forced to back away. Connor's owning him in the backlines, but he has no damage to deal with any of these heroes. But Tien bursting Ari already down, and it looks like Tien trying to find a way back into these 3 heroes. Xiao Miao moving from the right. They've got some kind of sweet tactics as they move in like raptors onto these 2 heroes. Down goes Rain and the Clockwork to follow. I mean, you run to the left, you bump into a freaking TA, you run to the right, you bump into a Muerta, and you just explode. So spooky. Man, I am glad I am not in this game, Ilstaya.
That was a really nice initiation from Cena. He definitely didn't intend to... Oh, actually, they're going Africa.
Nice dodge from Africa. Should mean he gets away here. And he does.
Yeah, so Cena definitely didn't intend to double speed them to the tower there. The clock moved in just in time, or did he?
I disagree.
Sure.
I disagree. I reckon he's our
I know
world.
seen it.
He's our world, dude. He saw that hook shot. Hang on. Africa in a whole bunch of trouble. Taking a whole bunch of pain just from Killer Ari, and Tien just turns up to take the kill. So, bit of a mistake there from Africa. And he's not a player who makes a whole lot of mistakes, so I'm surprised to see that.
A nice catch from the line. I don't fault Africa for going for that play. Kiwi.
Does he know that's a Muerta that he tried to initiate onto then?
He did force out the BKB, and that was the Muerta's first BKB, so it's not... And he also doesn't
Hilari finding Rain, Hexed once again, and the sun comes out. He can't press his BKB when he's caught inside that stun cycle, and down he goes. Tien with the pain out. Connor popping his BKB and trying to pin Ari against the wall. Ari playing forward to try and put the pain onto the Mars, but I don't know if you want to be rolling towards that that Razor up on his high ground underneath two trees. Mercil griefing Connor, put him right in the pain zone, and down he goes. 2 kills, fed towards begging for a PegN. Uh-oh, Mercil.
Realistically, I think Cena was dead there anyway. Mercil tried to save him and then killed himself as well, but I'm pretty sure that Mars would have died.
That's 5.3 XP and 1500 gold. They just fed 5.3k XP. That's a lot of XP. Let's look at the graph.
That is. I'm not sure why the Axe was so far forward though when his team wasn't there. Like the puck was still dead. The clock had to go heal after going in and wasting the Muerta's BKB, and then the Axe was just like really far forward for no reason. Kind of weird. Kiwi's got a Lotus now. Muerta's going for a Hex, so that's going to be more lockdown for the puck. So whenever this puck's BKB is not available,
I like the gem. I like the gem on Dean here. He's not dying a whole lot unless he's right forward and out of position, and he's able to get rid of all of those annoying bloody traps. So nice little pick up there for him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have like a gem versus a TA. You can't allow yourself to get spotted by by traps, and also the possibility that TA silences you and jumps on you and kills you.
TA's Ags, is that still across the map and nuke the pants off of you? Yeah, okay.
It's a luxury pickup. It does allow you to have insane map presence. Dire smoke right now.
They're gonna find Mercil. Ward goes out and they saw where Xiao Miao went. Holy! Was it luck or was it skill? We'll never know, but Mercil just absolutely blinking away from Pee-wee. Killer Ari playing forward on the sidelines. Rain gets a call up onto Connor. Connor in a whole bunch of trouble on the sidelines. They also managed to catch Ari. Rain backing on out because he's taking a whole bunch of pain from the TA. TA just doing so much damage, and then it's gonna follow up onto Ari. Ari dead. Rain dead as well. They've got this Pee-wee on the sidelines. The finger comes down. Down he goes. Dean trying to put one more click on to Killer Ari. Actually does, and down he goes, but he's caught in front of the TA, and Tien Burston, the rat. Ooh.
And they lose the gem. There's nothing more frustrating when you're playing a support. Your team tells you to buy gems, so you go, oh, god damn it, I'll buy one, and then you lose it pretty soon after. So now Mercil has a free gem. They're gonna get Roche yet again. Free Ags for someone. Do they give it to the TA?
Bro, they're gonna give it to Tusk, right? Surely Tusk. Surely. No.
Yeah, he's holding. No, the Tusk is holding it.
They better give it to Tusk. They better.
I think they should.
Yeah, alright, good.
If this was like later on, I'd say give it to the TA because, or if they were having a worse game, I'd say maybe give it to the TA because then he can just kind of split push, but...
If I was Mercil in this game and they didn't give me that Aghanim Scepter, I would start to create a master plan to make this tournament as painful as I possibly could for my cause. For the rest of the tournament out of raw and unbridled spite, Ilstaya. Holy.
Tien's level 27 as well. Like, he's almost 28 in fact. So he'll be able to cast Refraction when disabled when he gets the next talent.
Holy.
And they put the Aegis on the Muerta because I think they have correctly assessed that Tien is probably not dying. He still only has those 2 deaths. The Muerta is kind of going in a bit more aggressively and getting gone on.
Well, that's how we've seen Emperor Miao play, right? Yu Xiao Miao, we've watched him now a bunch bunch of games. I've actually stacked with him a couple of times now too, Will Staya, and he just goes balls to the wall on any hero. It doesn't matter what hero you give him. He just builds full glass cannon. Like, look at his build. He's got a BKB. I'm so shocked to see a BKB in his inventory because he never builds any survivability items. He just goes full glass cannon and 1v5s the enemy team again and again and again. So I think Aegis on him was the right play. I think you're 100% right because he is just going to go balls deep. That's what this player does.
I will say though, I still think the Mage Slayer probably should have been a Hurricane Pike just in general.
I think so too. But hey. Maybe he wants to stop some magical damage. I don't know. I won't judge him.
I've gotten Mage Slayer a few times on Immortal when it's like a really good Mage Slayer game, and even then I've been like, eh.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I hate to compliment him, but despite Cena, like his scoreline does not look good. 1-10-22. He's not playing the game where you get really ahead on Mars early and you can just run around boss rebuking supports and killing them, but he's doing his job for his team, and if in fact he's just about to pick up a scythe.
Well, it's the classic case of the POS 3 has 10 deaths, but the POS 1 has 2, right? So like those deaths could the deaths that he is taking are the deaths that would normally be on the other cores in his team. He's just jumping in, initiating, getting the
exactly.
Yeah,
and in fact he's got a scythe now, so he can potentially surprise someone on the die with it. Yeah, and I've noticed in a few fights, like, he gets initiated upon, or he jumps in, he pops BKB, and then the Razor and the Axe pop their BKBs and kind of like commit to kill him, but then the rest of Radiant are killing their team way faster than they're killing Mars.
Playing forward onto Yu Xiao Miao. Yu Xiao Miao not wanting to burn that Aegis immediately. Mercil looking for a kickback, but like he just whiffs that little kickback there. Blinks forward right as the Hoodwink blinks away. So Dean, very fast fingers there, and is alive for now. They need to kill that banner, because these... Oh, Mercil blinking forward again. They probably didn't know that the Tusk had Ags because he did eat the Ags, and they probably checked his inventory, didn't check the buff.
Yeah.
When he blinked forward onto Dean before, they all went, holy shit, that Tusk has an Ags, for sure. Every single one of them. And now look at them all standing right on back. They know the kickback is in play. And if you're not careful, you're going all the way back to these 5 heroes on the low ground. And I think they're going to keep fishing here, Ilstaya.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Aegis, so it's like, they can just say, you have to go into...
Ooh, okay, they've caught Dean, but do they like to commit just for that particular hero? I just saw an interaction I've never seen, and that is the dead shot bounces off of Lotus. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, Africa pumping his BKB, Ari running on in and standing in front of that Muerta. We've already talked about how much damage the Muerta does as a kickback to send that Clockwork out of position. It looks like Mercil taking a whole bunch of damage and will be going down. Africa jumping forward as well to snipe that big old scary lion. Now, with just a Muerta caught on the high ground, she's popping her ult that she didn't pop before when she went down. Aegis burned, but she doesn't care because she's killed Africa. TN jumping forward, putting the pain onto Dean. Dean going down as well. No buyback on that rat. Africa forced to use his buyback because Rain pinned to the side of his own Ancient. Down he goes. Tian stepping forward and put the pain down. Africa trying to keep that TA away. But a kickback onto Ari. Ari kicked out of position and caught in front of 4 heroes. Holy, taking a whole bunch of damage. Another kick onto that Pee-wee. Clockwork dead as well. Africa might be in a bit of trouble here. Okay, looks like Cena tried to slow them and stop them from getting away. Ari kickback once again by Mercil, caught in front of Tien. Tien taking a freaking rampage. Can he get the double rampage? Connor saying, please go forward. I'll let you freaking have it. I'll die if you can live and take the rampage. There it is. No! Xiao Miao stealing the rampage just like he did in the freaking pub game I played with him. No double rampage for Tien this time, but a game secured for MMR is just a number.